There's a saying by the historical Buddha. He's known as Shakyamuni Buddha. It's attributed to him, and it goes like this. Do not complain and cry and pray, but open your eyes and see, for the light is all about you, and it is so wonderful, so beautiful, so far beyond anything of which people have dreamt, for which they have ever prayed, and it is forever and forever. And I think that this understanding is enormously important for us today, because it points to the truth that our own true nature is of the nature of the light, of joy and freedom beyond anything that we can ever buy in a store or attain through some kind of outer accomplishment. That what we are inherently is joy and freedom and is eternal. And I think this is the foundation for us to be effective in our lives, not only as people living here on this planet, but also as people who want to make a better world, who are activists or advocates for compassion and freedom and health and justice and equality for human beings, for animals. That as we live our lives working to help create more harmony in our own lives and more health, that we see that the underlying foundation of real health is an inner understanding of who we are, actually. And that what we are is eternal, consciousness. We're born into a culture where we are essentially injected with a program that what we are is just a thing that was born and will die. We eat animals, we eat meat, we eat beings who are just matter, just things. We're taught that life is just a material process. This is a very deep program in this particular culture, and it's very immature, I think. And so the idea also, I think it's important to understand, is that we are also bombarded with negativity of many kinds. From the time we're born, through the educational system, the competition, the toxic foods, the toxic television programming, being looked at as consumers, being targeted really as consumers from the time we're little kids. And we learn to see the world as something separate from us. And so in many ways, the toxic program of our culture is internalized as our own voice. That's why I want to just encourage all of us to take time to reconnect with the truth that we're hearing in these ancient teachings 2,500 years ago. Open your eyes and see. The light is all about you, and it is so wonderful and beautiful beyond anything you've ever prayed for or could even dream of. And I think this understanding is the foundation of effective advocacy. We will not get burned out when we cultivate and remember and feel gratitude for this life, when we take time to see the beauty around us in the forests and rivers and streams and lakes and skies and clouds and other people. And even though I know there's enormous suffering, and we see it, I'm not saying to not be aware of it, to shield ourselves from the tragedy of violence towards animals for food and clothing and products and other human beings, and the injustice and inequity and the war and violence. It's very important to be aware of this. However, I think it's very easy in our society to feel disconnected from the possibility of ever creating a positive outcome. And it's important, I want to share this, that essentially life is positive. Our lives are positive. Beauty and love are the ultimate truths. And when we raise our vibration, I think that's the big key. We're all forced in many ways to lower our vibration through vaccinations and drugs and toxicities of various kinds that are in the environment that we're eating, and the news and the media, and just the whole stress of living. And to consciously replace that with this understanding of the truth that we are, and then to also take time to take responsibility for the quality of our own consciousness, and to do practices. Meditation is very helpful to quiet the mind and connect with the light of consciousness beyond the busyness of thinking, and to take time to look out of our eyes and see the beauty of nature around us, and to realize that the light that we are is the the very most powerful, true, eternal dimension that we are, that matter and physicality that seems so real, is actually in many ways a vibratory phenomenon that arises within consciousness, that as we transform our consciousness, we will transform the experience of this life. Every great teacher has pointed to this truth, that the world is in many ways a mirror for us. And so to truly create a world of peace and freedom and healing, we must create this peace, freedom, and healing within ourselves, and the love and gratitude for our life that is our true nature. So I want to just thank all of you for the efforts that you're making, and encourage all of us to remember that we are spirit, that animals and all living beings are consciousness, that they are eternal, and that as we begin to understand this, we look with eyes of compassion and respect and kindness, not only towards them, but toward ourselves. And we question the programming that is running in our own consciousness and replace it with the truth. So I'd like to just invite us now through a little bit with the music here to connect with these ancient words of wisdom from Shakyamuni Buddha. They are, I think, words that really resonate within all of us, whatever our religion or non-religion may be. Do not complain and cry and pray. But open your eyes and see, for the light is all about you. And it is so wonderful, and it is so beautiful. It is so far beyond anything of which people have dreamt, for which they have ever prayed. And it is forever and forever. Do not complain and cry and pray. But open your eyes and see, the light is all about you, and it is so wonderful, so beautiful, so far beyond anything of which people have dreamt and for which they have ever prayed. And it is forever and forever. Shines through you as you love is the only power. together we are transforming our world.